what a high it is to buy a motorcycle, change products, feel the difference, and start to make it your own. From little things like bar adjustments to complete different suspension. Think about what it would feel to buy a bike and completely change its whole characteristics. Ask questions. We got your back. We'll help you get the DRZ great again. Built this bike about 2 years ago now. Our friend bought it from us a year ago. We never had time to test it, so he's put about 1,200 miles on it. And we actually just got it back to do some updates and test it to its full potential. So after about a year and a half of use, this thing's back, and we put it to the test at Fox Raceway here. Wow, it really performed well, especially being 80 pounds heavier than most bikes you see on the market, about 100 pounds more than a motocross bike. These wheels are one of the best we came up with. So what they are is most manufacturers do not make hubs for these bikes. So what we do is we run the OEM hubs, we lay them down for weight, and then we Cerakote them for heat dissipation. And then we run steel nipples, OEM Japanese spokes, and the A60 outer rim, which is the strongest wheel available. There's other companies that say they're half the weight and they're just as strong, but just look at any guy on a supercross or jumping 400 feet, and they're running these exact wheels and getting them built by the same wheel builders. These even got bent by us today, but that's just part of riding. You're going to bend them, but I would not want to jump this bike, as heavy as it is, with some aftermarket or China wheels. Biggest thing we did to this bike was the rear shock is actually an A-kit style rear shock. It's got an 18mm shaft, 50mm body, and a larger bladder and reservoir, all set up by our good friend Graham Bro. And he does a lot of stuff like Axel Hodges and Tyler Berman, and used to do stuff like Reed Carmichael's and Bubba Stewart's. So he's one of the best in the industry. He helps us with all these crazy concoctions of Frankensteining we do and make sure that it makes sense on paper. So then we go out and test it and make sure that it's good for you guys and actually makes a difference. We worked with Baja Designs to get the best, the brightest headlights available. We offer those kits. And, you know, like I said, you can't get enough airflow. So you gotta open up these air boxes if you're gonna be pushing it as much as you can. The lower stanchions were DLC coated. It's a stock part from Showa that we use. And then we also have other coatings and tapes and wraps that we used all over this bike. And then we did the internals from the RM250, obviously stiffened it up. Actually, these are the stiffest springs they make for this style fork. It's a 6.0. Most bikes come with like a 5.2 on the 450 class, but since this bike is so heavy, like I've said a few times, 100 pounds heavier than your standard motocross bike, it really needed that extra spring rate, and that's set up for a 185-pound rider. The main bread and butter for the DRZ is the carbon pipe setup. So it's something that we've worked on, and you've probably seen our videos in the past of all the white DRZs we have the last 15 years. We're getting almost 30% increase in power.